ResortLoop.com is proudly sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Indulge in a taste from the South Pacific. Joffrey's new Disney Parks and Resorts blend, Alani, brings the islands to you. Blended with Hawaiian Kona beans and roasted to perfection, Alani is buttery smooth with a tropical sweet aftertaste. Available at Alani or Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors until the monorail stops completely and the doors open.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
And his lovely wife, Dawn.
And the cat.
The cat who just came in. She has great timing.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to start the show. It's No Edit 2016. Oh, well, this is it. This is our post-vacation wrap-up show.
Yes.
We'll try not to dwell on what we already talked about.
Now we've already talked about that stuff. We'll move on.
But we might, because I don't remember exactly what we talked about.
Okay.
But we might.
All right.
So, let's talk about before we went for the trip.
Well, first of all, I think that our timing for the trip had to be when it was because of other activities that are going on this summer with the kids.
Right, exactly.
But I'll just not go on vacation again if it has to be at this timing, because I finished school last day with kids May 27th.
Right.
And our administrators, who are great, let us work a half a day on Saturday if we wanted to, or wait till Tuesday and do our half day, because Monday was Memorial Day. So I thought, well, it'd be best if I did my half day on Saturday, and then I would have half of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to pretty much get ready. And then I worked a whole day on Wednesday for professional development.
Right.
And then we left Thursday evening.
Yes.
And so I thought, well, that'll work out okay. Well, what I didn't plan on was a migraine totally derailing my Tuesday.
Right.
So there went a whole day.
Yep.
And I refused to leave the house until it's clean, until, laundry's done, put away, bed sheets are changed, ready to, have fresh sheets when we get home. Yeah, we did not leave anywhere near on time.
Not too bad. Not as bad as we thought we were going to probably at some point.
About 2.5 hours late, I think.
Yeah, but we did
That's pretty good for us, I suppose.
That was very good for us. And we pulled it out of the neighborhood, and I realized, I don't have the GPS. So we had to pull back in the neighborhood. But I'm going to talk about something, and you can talk about this too, because I didn't bring it up on the show at all. Okay. Because I wanted to make sure that this traveler we both know got home safely before we actually mentioned it on the show.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Tell our listeners where our son
well, in the weeks leading up to the vacation, on top of everything else, my mind, and I'm sure your mind as well, we just couldn't focus on what needed to get done because our son, Steven, had an amazing opportunity to go to Russia.
The country. Yeah,
the country, Russia. And so he was there with one of his professors and another guy from his fraternity, and they got to go to a Russian graduation and attend some Russian classes. And then his fraternity their philanthropy is an orphanage in Kursk, Russia. And so they were there visiting the orphanage and, identifying some of the needs there that they can go back and, fundraise for this year. And so he had an amazing 2 weeks there.
Oh, yeah.
But I had an amazing 2-week anxiety attack waiting for him to come home. That's a very long way to be away from I get it. He's older. He's in college.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still my child.
But we know the boy. And
yeah, we were at the airport and we wanted to pray before he left. And I said, one of the things we prayed for is not let him be college stupid.
Right.
And his professor said that they weren't, that they were very, very good, used good judgment at all times. And so I was very, very pleased to hear that.
I know I had anxiety because he was there, but I was more bothered with him actually getting there and then getting home.
Yeah.
That he would catch the planes, know what to do on the planes, not get thrown off a plane. Not that he would do anything on the plane, but...
No, he's not going to do it. Like I said, we prayed.
Although,
college stupid didn't happen.
We did. You need to tell, because you'll tell the story better than I will, what he declared when he came back into the country from Russia.
Okay, so... But you have to remember, he just got off of an over 10-hour flight from Moscow to JFK.
Absolutely.
And he gets into JFK, and he's going through customs, and he had to collect his luggage first. And you take your luggage with you through customs. And she's asking him all the, usual questions. Where did you come from? Where are you going? And then she asked him if he had anything to declare, and he didn't hear her correctly. And he goes, "Yes, thank you. It was a good flight." I said, only to be topped by my brother-in-law, who, when they went to Canada, when they crossed back from Canada into the United States, the Border Patrol officer asked him citizenship. And instead of saying the United States, he said, yes.
Yeah,
they were pulled over and searched. So, that was kind of our humor for the day. When he was like, yes, it was a good flight. And Stevie goes, then she just kind of looked at me. And then I realized she hadn't asked about my flight. She'd asked something different. So he asked her to repeat it. And then he,
Then it was okay. So he got home.
Yes.
He was only home for like, a couple days.
We got home on Tuesday. We left Thursday. And
we're like, see ya, sucker.
And to add on top of everything else, this was our first vacation without him.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Our first full vacation. He's last year left early, but this was our first full vacation without him. So I'm very anxious about him being home alone. Not that he can't handle it. He's home alone.
He doesn't cook is a part of this problem.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Outside of frozen pizza.
Yeah, that's pretty much
There were
it.
a lot of takeout containers here when we got home.
Oh, for sure. So, but even he said, he goes, it was funny. He traveled for 2 weeks in Russia, ate so healthy. The food was wonderful. Didn't gain any weight. He's home alone for 2 weeks eating takeout, and he gains 10 pounds. And he's like, I can't do this anymore. He's like, I don't want to see another takeout place for a while. But anyway, so... And on top of the anxiety of our child is away, then he's going to be alone home while we're on vacation. The air conditioning in the van is not working.
Oh, people. I got the Bob Collar curse on this one.
And I'm going to tell you, I am not going to be as nice as Patty about, we'll just go ahead and have our vacation without air conditioning.
We'll put the windows down.
Yeah, that is not how I roll. And bless your heart, you tried really hard to fix it with the leak stop.
I did everything I knew how to do. And keep in mind, the air conditioning was working like just 3 weeks before the trip.
Right.
So something happened all of a sudden.
Right.
So I put the stop leak in, I topped it off. It was ice cold. 2 or 3 days later, it was out.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing again. 2 or 3 days later, it was out.
Yeah.
So
and we have no time.
No time, none.
To get it looked at.
Nope.
And really, it's probably something you're very handy with cars and things. Can probably, maybe do something before we actually have to take it in.
Right.
Whatever. And I said, should we rent a vehicle? Should we just take the other car, even though it wouldn't be as comfortable as a van? Whatever. Because I said, if we get down there and the air goes out, one of two things is going to happen.
Yes.
I will fly home.
Right.
Or we will buy a new vehicle down there.
And we would do either one. It'd be a coin flip. I know.
I wouldn't care. Either one. I'm not riding in a vehicle in Florida at 95-degree heat with no air conditioning.
No.
Not happening.
So before we left...
You tried it again.
I tried it again. I bought a different brand of stop leak stuff, topped it off, and by some miracle...
Yes.
It works.
Yes.
To this day, it worked the whole trip.
It did, and it's still knock on wood.
And I took down 6 or 7 cans of refrigerant.
Just in case.
Just in case, because I knew it would go 2 or 3 days, and I didn't have to open one of them.
Nope.
So thank goodness.
Yes, we're very grateful.
It wasn't going to be a long show. We haven't even left the house yet, but that's awesome. But no, the air conditioning worked. Thank goodness.
Yes.
So
we were good to go all the way down there. So we get down there.
We get down there.
And we got there.
We got to tell about our first night hotel. Did we talk about that in the other show?
Oh, no. Ooh, it was bad.
So as not to incriminate a whole hotel chain, I will say it had a number in it.
It's a budget hotel.
It's a budget hotel, and it had a number in it. The lights may or may not have been on for us. I don't know. I will say, not entirely what I expected.
No.
I will say
the
cheap.
It was cheap, and that's why we went with it, because we were only going to be there a couple hours.
Few hours.
But the girl that checked us in was very sweet, very nice, kind, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we get to the room, and we open the door and find out that this hotel had replaced all of the carpeting with cheap laminate.
Cheap, sticky laminate.
It was sticky. It was dirty. Mackenzie kicked her shoes off, walked to the bathroom, came back, sat on the bed, and the bottoms of her feet were black.
Yeah.
It was so gross. But the fact that we were only going to be there for 5 hours, we're like, forget it. We just needed to sleep, shower.
Did we even shower? No,
I did.
You did? I don't remember if I even did. I was like,
I did. Real quick. I bathed real quick.
Right.
So I was like, I got to. Anyway, so we finally get to Florida.
We got there.
And we stayed at...
We stayed at Coronado Springs.
And the weeks leading up to the trip, I'd read some trip reports, and some people were very happy with the resort. Some people were very dissatisfied with the resort.
It's a very polarizing resort.
It is. It's like you love it or you hate it.
What's up with that?
I don't know. We loved it.
Loved it.
We loved it. So we got the text message. I know some people haven't been getting the text message that their room was ready because we had done the online check-in.
Right.
So with our magic bands, we were able to go right to the room.
We did.
We did. And before we even went to the front desk, and we were able to get into the room because we thought, well, if it's not a great room, maybe we should go there first. And then if we don't like it. But the room was fantastic.
Gorgeous. Maybe I'm used to some other rooms, probably because we've cruised the past couple of years. Huge.
It was.
It seemed very large.
Yeah. It was nice. So,
what was your favorite part about the room? I know mine.
It might be the same as yours. I like the fact that they have installed sliding doors.
Yes.
To partition off the sink area from the bed area.
Yes, floor to ceiling.
Yes. It just adds a whole new level of privacy, which I think is nice when you're traveling, especially with teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
So it was great. I love that. You could close the door. Mackenzie loved it because she could close the door, have her privacy to get ready, and we had our privacy to get ready.
So you're not just trying to get ready in the little bathroom with the toilet in your way and step out in front of the sink, get everything done.
It was nice.
And everyone gets done much quicker that way instead of trying to work in a small, tiny space.
Yeah, I think so. So it was great. And the other nice thing we stayed in the cabanas.
Yes.
And we were in cabana 8B.
Yes.
And our room was 8604.
If anyone stayed there.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Recommend it.
Yes. And it was very close to the quiet pool, very close to the dig site pool, and not that far away from the main building. So
and close to the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, the parking lot.
If you're a driver like we are.
It was like the 8B is like the perfect location. We loved it.
I did love it.
And on top of everything else, we had the best mousekeeper ever.
Yes, we did. She was fantastic.
She was amazing. I left a note the first day asking if she could leave an extra towel, because Mackenzie and I both use 2 towels when we shower, one for our hair, one to dry off. And Mackenzie has extremely long hair, so I knew one of their little bottles of shampoo and conditioner that would Mackenzie would use it all and be done because her hair is very long. Ask her if she could please leave a little extra. So for those of you that are waiting for a story about Shampoo Gate or Washcloth Gate,
nothing.
Sorry to disappoint you. It was fantastic.
There was no housekeeping hashtag this year.
None. No, she was wonderful.
She was fantastic.
Every single day she made sure we had extra towels, adequate shampoo and conditioner. We had plenty of soap.
We had a pile of towels.
Yeah, we did. She was so wonderful. And the room was clean. And she made sure the room was clean. It wasn't dusty.
Nope.
The floor was swept. She just did an amazing job. And so I was very, very pleased with that. So
the Wi-Fi was good in the room. Everybody,
it was.
Everybody
great.
could get on their devices and laptops. We were good to go.
Right. The only thing that the room doesn't have that some people do like is it does not have a table with 2 chairs.
Right.
So if you bring breakfast for the family or whatever, there's really not a place to sit and eat. There are 2 like little stool like ottomans, and then there's a desk and a chair. But we made it work.
Yeah, it was fine.
I would definitely stay there again.
Of course, remember there was only 3 of us, not the 4.
Right.
You know what else the room didn't have?
What was that?
The alarm clock.
Oh, right.
So I don't know if that's a normal thing. I mean, we used our phones.
Right. So I don't know if they're just kind of going away from putting alarm clocks in the rooms because people use their phones now. But
could be.
I wonder. It was kind of hard because I was like, okay, what time is it? And I had to keep pushing the button on my phone to find out what time it was. But overall, extremely satisfied with the room.
Love Coronado Springs.
Yes.
Loved it so much. What did we do?
Oh, well, we were supposed to stay 5 nights. And so we went up to the front desk to check in to see, because we needed our little tag for our van, but which we find out they're doing away with the little paper parking passes.
I still say the guy just didn't want to print it out.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the guy still was able to scan the band.
Yeah, he did.
The one time.
Could.
I don't know. They said they were just going to go to scanning magic bands, but I'm like, well, what do you do if you have someone who doesn't have one?
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, we were supposed to stay at Pop Century for 3 nights. And that was only because Stephen was supposed to be with us and he was supposed to go home on Wednesday. And we thought, well, we'll just try a different resort. But once we saw the room and we were there, we're like, we don't want to leave.
Don't want to leave. Don't want to
stay.
Pack up, unpack.
Right. So we went to check about availability to stay the extra 3 nights until Saturday, the 11th. And we're very pleasantly surprised to find out that not only did they have availability, but they would allow us to stay in the same room.
Love that.
That was really, really nice. And they honored the rate that we were already paying per night, which was a spring special.
Didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. I thought we're going to get rack rate here.
Right.
But at that point in time, we're like, we just want to stay. It'll be fine. So we were very surprised and very pleased at what they were able to do for us.
Right.
And I will definitely say we will definitely be back there at some point.
I love that resort.
I do too. It was just nice.
So convenient for driving.
It was.
You can get anywhere rather quickly.
Because it's the only park that it's not close to really is Magic Kingdom.
Right.
And it's not that far away.
No.
So it's super close to the studios and Epcot. And
I
then
believe
Animal Kingdom's right around the corner.
Coming back from the Magic Kingdom, if you're using the Magic Kingdom lot, which we did, it was the second exit. You had to just shoot right off, and the hotel was right there.
It was great.
Back in the room before you knew it. Mm-hmm. Loved it.
Me too. So, all right. Well, the first day we went to Animal Kingdom.
Oh, the first full day, yeah. Woke up, hit the kingdom.
Yes.
Strangely enough, it was hot.
Oh my gosh, it was hot and humid, and we did the safari, which was...
It was a very good safari this time.
It was, but they kind of took away the cheesy part where they're hunting elephant poachers, and Little Red was reunited with his mama. I took that away, but...
Yeah, they did.
Mackenzie hadn't remembered. It'd been a long time since we'd been on that ride. Mackenzie hadn't remembered it, so she was really excited.
She loved everything we did on this vacation.
She did, and it was a very different vacation. Stephen is let's experience it, move on to the next thing. Experience it, move on to the next thing.
The Clark W. Griswold of the Grand Canyon is what he is.
He is. He's not be a leisurely, time about it. He is a move kind of person.
Yes, he is.
Mackenzie is not. She's very opposite of that. She's I loved it. I want to do it again. I loved it. I want to do it again. So that's what happened at I was saying it around the whole vacation.
Expedition Everest?
Expedition Everest. I was saying exhibition.
Oh, that's all right.
So we all rode together the first time. And then that pretty much did me in for motion sickness. I was done.
Yeah, you're a one and done.
I'm not even sure I could ever do that ride again. I just can't do it with the backwards. And
I was proud of myself because I kept my eyes open for most of that one.
Really? Very good.
I usually close my eyes at some point.
Oh, no, it's very good.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to go again.
No.
But Mackenzie did. And the standby line was not long at all.
Short.
So she decided to go standby. And so I found a nice little bench to sit and watch.
Yep.
And you walked her through the line because at that point in time I was not feeling well.
Right. And I hit the chicken exit.
Yeah. So she did that, and she rode by herself, and she has no problem with that. Then we did... there's the cat. So we did that, and she did Primeval Whirl, we did Dinosaur, we hit the highlights.
Yep.
Pretty much.
If she did Primeval Whirl, even that she did a couple times.
Yeah, she did that several times.
Yeah, at least 3, I think.
Yeah. So I think so. The lines were really short, so she was just zipping on, zipping off, and
Yep. Yes.
So the only long line we had was for Dinosaur, and our fast passes weren't for like 35 minutes, and we decided to go to standby, and that was a big mistake.
It was.
We should have just waited. But
we should have.
Anyway, it's over and done with now. We rode, it was fine. So
then we bailed.
We did. That was our only day at the Animal Kingdom. That's about all I can take is one and done with the Animal Kingdom. I would love to go sometime when it's maybe 65 or 70 degrees out, low humidity, and really truly see the things that we've never seen there.
Right.
Because it's just... I'm too hot and miserable. And I was almost going to go back to the hotel because I wasn't feeling well at all.
Right, yeah.
And I just didn't. And then I went into a restroom before I thought, just in case the bus ride was long. And then the restroom it was super, super cool in there.
Ah, see?
So I washed my hands for a long time. And then I felt better. So then I rejoined you. So I went home back with you guys. So we took a nice little nap and...
we went to Epcot.
We did. We went to Epcot. Now we already talked about that and about the Soarin' line. And
yes. We talked about the fish tacos.
Yeah, they were very good. So then, I don't know what order we did things. I mean, you would think you would just remember a week.
Well, the next day we went to Magic Kingdom. Yeah, that was Mackenzie's big Space Mountain day. Oh,
yes. We rode Space Mountain. And then Mackenzie, in true Mackenzie fashion, was like, well, I like that. I want to do it again and again and again.
Was it Magic Hours that morning?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she rode Space. We had no fast passes for that. We were just in the standby line. So she rode 3 times in a row. So And she really, really loved it.
Yeah, she did.
And so I think she said altogether she rode Space Mountain 7 times on this trip. So, which is fine. That's just who she is. And, we weren't doing anything. So we kind of let her guide the vacation as best as we could. And she did. And she liked that.
Oh, she did. She did great.
Mm-hmm. So,
and did Buzz Lightyear?
We did Buzz Lightyear.
Love Buzz Lightyear. She loves the Buzz Lightyear.
And she did the teacups. I passed on that. I thought I will be so sick. I'll be done for the day.
Exactly.
So we did that. And Haunted Mansion we did.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the Haunted Mansion.
Oh my goodness. Haunted Mansion. They have, if you've not been there recently, I don't want to give a spoiler away, but they've changed the ending and the exit.
Yeah, they have. This is very cool for us because last year we didn't go in the parks.
No, we didn't.
When we were there. That's why we had... Well, we can probably talk about the tickets later also.
Yeah. But yes, be sure to pay attention to the exit at Small World and Haunted Mansion. They have changed it. It's very different, but I don't want to give a spoiler away. I think they should just experience it before. Don't Google it or look it up.
No, don't do it.
Just go and experience it because it's freaky, but it's super cool.
I will say Dawn said it freaked her out.
It totally freaked me out until I kind of figured out what had happened.
Yeah, what was going on there.
But it kind of freaked me out initially. So, we did that. We ate at Pecos Bill's Tall Tale Cafe.
I'm going to say, we didn't see the cheese.
No, there's no more nacho cheese.
They got that Tex-Mex thing, which I was kind of anxious to try. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't terribly super hungry at that point. Mm-hmm. Although once I started eating, I realized I was hungry.
Yeah.
We both got the nachos.
We did.
And we loaded up with whatever we wanted at that bar. Mm-hmm. It was quite tasty.
It was delicious.
I'm thinking I could do that right now.
I could too. I'll tell you, I get so tired of the hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm glad to see Disney's really mixing it up with some different things. And you can still, of course, get your hamburger and hot dog somewhere there, I'm sure. But we just didn't because
they still had a hamburger there I think you could get.
Well, I didn't even look at that. Once I saw the nachos, I want that, Ralph.
Exactly.
So it was delicious.
I should have gone with, was it the fajitas they had? And I was like, I don't know. The nachos just sounded better to me.
They were delicious.
They were very good.
So
the guacamole was really good if you're into the guac.
Mm-hmm. And the portions are huge. Had we known that, maybe we would have just split one because I didn't finish mine. Mackenzie had a few of mine, but still there was at least a third of it unfinished.
Because you can put your toppings on a separate plate.
Yes.
And then just pick your nachos.
Mm-hmm. It was delicious.
Yeah.
I'm very, very pleased with the changes that they've made there.
I want to go back right now.
Yeah.
At least find a good nacho place around here. I shouldn't be hungry.
No, we already had a lovely dinner.
We did.
Finally, a home-cooked meal. It's delicious. Well, we had cooked yesterday, but that was at my mom's.
That's true.
So, but yeah, that was a good time at the Magic Kingdom. And then we went back and went for a swim. And we went to the Quiet Pool. Quiet
Pool was very nice.
It was really nice. So
it was just us and I think one other person was there when we first got there.
Ducks.
Oh, the ducks.
Oh, I love mallard ducks and I love to watch them in the wild. I don't love to watch them in my pool because if you don't know, ducks poop and it's disgusting and it's messy and it's slimy.
That's right.
And the reason I know this is because the ducks are pooping on the rail of our pool. And I want to see them in a pond, not in my pool.
She said, get the ducks out.
That's right. So they did. I bet you, the male was not with her. It was just the female.
Right.
And I bet you he was sitting on a nest somewhere.
Right.
So
yeah.
That'd be cute to see later, but I don't want him in the pool.
No, stay out of our pool.
Oh, exactly. I don't know. Maybe they don't go to the bathroom when they're in water and just out of water.
That's when I go. I don't know.
Oh, I just didn't want to take any chances.
Right there in the Quiet Pool.
Yeah.
And then the next day, our first, I still want to call it MGM Studios Day. Hollywood Studios Day.
Hollywood Studios. That was kind of a bust. So we didn't do a whole lot there.
We did Toy Story.
We did.
What was the highlight of Toy Story?
I don't know. What was the highlight?
The new track.
Oh, yeah. The new track's open.
The coolest thing about that, there's no stairs involved.
No, there's not. I think because there's no stairs involved, I think if you're told to go to the left to the new track, I think you have a little bit shorter of a wait till you're actually on your right vehicle.
I think so too, because that's very short.
It's extremely short.
Because if you remember the animated Mr. Potato Head that was there, they would drop his ear and then do a touchdown symbol. They had to take him out, and I'm like, why did they take him out? And then they ushered us back behind there. Mm-hmm. It was very nice.
Yes. And I will say, I think the cast members that we encountered there, on the extra magic hour night that we went there, they were some of the most fun cast members we had encountered on our whole trip. They were just loving it and laughing and having a really good time, and which then in turn makes you have a really good time because you know that they're enjoying their moment, enjoying their time at Disney, and it just always makes you feel good.
They're having a lot of fun. They were the one tried to tell some secrets.
Yeah.
Some secret scoring tips.
That's right. Here's what you do. So that was pretty good. So that was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, but that was our extra. Well, let's just go ahead and talk about our extra magic hour night.
Okay.
What we did find is there are many websites out there that put out Disney park hours and extra magic hours. They're not always accurate, because the website that I used had the Magic Kingdom opening at 9 o'clock every day, when in fact it opened at 8 o'clock several days, 9 o'clock some days, but 8 o'clock several days. So you really need to turn on to that first channel that comes on the TV in the hotel room. If you're staying on property, if you're not, good luck to you. It'll give the hours, but we did find out that they didn't have the extra magic hours listed for the Hollywood Studios on Friday night.
I will say, wasn't the My Disney Experience app that was right on?
Yes.
So that's what you want to use if you're there.
Absolutely, because it did list the extra magic hours. And we weren't sure, like, okay, this website says this, the TV says this, the app says this. So we asked when we got there on that night, did they have extra magic hours? And they did. The other bonus that we got, since we were there for extra magic hours, well, we actually heard the bonus the night before at 12:40 in the morning, but what did we get to see?
Well, first we got to hear the rehearsals for the new Star Wars fireworks.
Yep. 12:40 to 12:54.
We were like, what is going on?
And you could see them. We walked right out of their hotel room. You could see them.
Right,
That's how close we were to the studios.
Right, very, very close. But then we got to see it the one night. And I'm not sure. I thought they were going to have projections going on, but it didn't. It doesn't technically.
That was just a soft opening. They weren't going to do it until. I don't think it opens till June 17th.
I was going to say the 17th. So I think they were just doing the fireworks. And we were pretty far back. If anyone saw my post on Facebook, but so I kind of meandered up as close as I could, and I didn't see any projections or anything else. But I'll tell you, the music sounded fantastic.
Oh, the music was wonderful.
Disney has the best, at least outside, some of the best speakers.
Absolutely.
Those are some high fidelity speakers blasting out there.
Yeah.
You hear that Star Wars music? Oh,
it was just amazing.
Yeah.
It was. The fireworks were spot on with the music. It was just, they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So it was really good. But after that was over, the extra magic hours were supposed to start from 10 to 12. And I assume what they were doing is that they were checking the buildings, like, because they shut down the Great Movie Ride, Toy Story Mania, all those things that were back that way by the fireworks during the show. And then they were going to reopen them. But it took about 25 minutes.
It was a long time.
It was very long. And people were getting a little bit antsy. But at the same time, they're checking for live embers. They're checking for, little spots, whatever.
Right.
So having extra magic hours at the studios after the fireworks, they're going to have to come up with a solution, because people felt cheated out of an extra half hour that, they could have been riding or doing something else.
That's true, because you couldn't get on the Great Movie Ride.
No.
You couldn't get back to Toy Story Mania. Those are a couple of the biggies.
Exactly. So
could you get the Star Tours? I think you could. We didn't try going that way, though.
We didn't try it. I don't know. But, we did. We got to ride the Great Movie Ride, and then we rode Toy Story Mania, I think, 3 times in a row.
We did. We just kept circling.
That was so much fun.
We got in line with like 4 minutes left before the park closed.
Yeah, and they let you. I mean, as long as you're in line by the time park closing is, they'll let you go. And Mackenzie finally beat you.
She did twice.
Yeah.
Twice at the end.
Yep, that was exciting.
It was very exciting. Good for her.
Yeah. So, let's see. Let's talk about our extra magic hours at Epcot, which was a couple days before.
Okay.
So that was probably our most productive night, I would say. We went, and Mackenzie wanted, our scrapbook this year. I don't even think we took the big camera out of the bag at all.
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
I didn't want to lug it.
Yeah.
And the cell phones now take such great pictures. It's almost, unless you needed to do like a big optical zoom in on something, you don't really need it.
Now, and Mackenzie, after the first day, we kind of realized she was taking selfies on everything that she did. And I got this idea for our scrapbook is I'm just going to scrapbook Mackenzie's selfies, because it's so different. I mean, we have a ton of pictures of all the rides and attractions that we've seen. And so this is a different perspective on them.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what I'm going to do. So we stopped. We thought, we're not even going to take the camera. We're just going to do our thing. But she wanted a selfie in front of every country. And so we started with Canada and worked our way around. And then it started getting a little bit dark. So we stopped in Germany because they were going to do illuminations. And so it was very dark at that point in time.
It was very dark.
Very. And there were some picnic tables back there. And we've seen illuminations many times before.
Right.
So we thought, well, we'll just sit here till it's over. But there's trees in the way. But you can really see fairly well through the trees.
Exactly. We didn't have to struggle for a place to watch fireworks. Again, sounded fantastic.
You know, if you've never seen it before, definitely get a spot by the rail, by the lagoon, so you can absolutely see it. But we had seen it several times.
Although Mackenzie didn't remember it.
No, she didn't.
She loved it.
She did.
I know she started out, it's kind of starting, she's on her phone. And it started getting more involved. She kind of put the phone down and was just kind of looking around watching it.
She walked up a little bit closer a couple times so she could see. And yeah, we forget that, a lot of the stuff we're like, oh, we've already done that. So we don't repeat, some of the shows and things. And we forget she was very little probably the last time we did some of those things.
Yeah, because if you're only going once a year and it was maybe a couple times, it could have been 3 or 4 or even longer years ago.
Exactly. So some of this stuff was brand new to her, and because she didn't remember, because she was little, and she loved it. So it was really fun seeing a lot of the stuff through her eyes that were new. And then we rode, it was Extra Magic Hours. So we rode, what's the name of the ride in Mexico?
I want to call it El Rio de Tiempo, but it's the Grand Fiesta Tour now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's cute. It's still not as good as before,
it's okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Other people love it, so God bless them.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So we did that.
It's still good.
And then we decided to go back to Future World. And we had already ridden, when we first got there, we had ridden Ellen's Energy Adventure, Mission Space, and Mackenzie rode Test Track. Or did you ride with her that night? I can't remember.
Test Track? No, we did it in the morning, so she must have gone.
She must have gone by herself in the single rider.
Single rider.
Yeah, I think because you walked her through.
I walked her through.
And then I just sat on a bench and tried to cool down and find my Mickey pretzel, which I never did find. So, and then we had, I wanted a Mickey pretzel in the worst way, but you and Mackenzie had hamburgers at the Electric Umbrella.
Yes.
So that was, I never did find my Mickey pretzel there.
Not at Epcot.
That's all right. So, it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah.
And then when you did get it in the Magic Kingdom, it was kind of
it was a letdown. The cheese was so salty I could hardly eat it.
Right.
So the pretzel itself was pretty good.
Okay.
So it's just your standard soft pretzel in a Mickey shape. But it was fun.
Nothing wrong with the Mickey shape.
No, it's fun. But yeah, if I got it again, I wouldn't get the cheese. It was just unbearably salty. So we went back over there, and she wanted to do Living with the Land. So we did that. And after we were done with that, Soarin' was down to like 45 minutes.
Yes.
And so we jumped in line and we rode Soarin' again. This time with no technical problems.
No technical problems. And I don't think it was 45 minutes either.
I don't think so either. I think it was more like 20.
Yeah,
it
I was going to say
really
20.
Quick. I don't think they had the updated, because, by the time Extra Magic Hours come out, they don't do fast passes anymore.
Right.
And so I don't know if they updated that wait time to reflect that there's not fast passes.
Yeah, because the line is just constantly moving.
It was great. So we did that. Then we rode Nemo. No, we did not ride the land that night. We went right. We were going to, and we saw Soarin' was so short. Then she wanted to ride Nemo, and I said, we're not going to have, the land is so long, you won't have time for Nemo. So we picked Nemo, and then Nemo was quick. And on our way out, we did Spaceship Earth. So we did all the rides in Epcot that night.
Is that where we didn't really sprint, but we barely made it under the wire for Spaceship Earth as well?
Yeah, it was like, it was like 10:58.
We walked at her pace. She didn't walk at our pace, which was...
Yeah. It's challenging for parents that are getting older. But I will tell you, the one morning that we did go to Epcot, she wanted to do Nemo again and then look at the aquarium. And so we did the ride, and then we went to look at the tanks.
Yes.
And we got to see the manatees. And the one had been in an accident with a boat propeller and had lost quite a bit of its tail. And the other one was an abandoned orphan.
Right.
So... it was just really neat. She had a lot of questions, and
she loved the manatee.
She did. We were there for a long time.
Actually, she loved everything in the aquarium. She loves sea life.
She's a looker. She's an observer, just wanting to see everything. So
we went at her speed.
We did, and we were there for a very long time, and it was so different from how we normally do things. It was just a really nice change of pace. Rather than go, go, go.
Right.
It was stop and enjoy. And so we did the land then. And after that, I'm not sure what else we did. Spaceship Earth again. I don't know what else we did during that time. We were there for a while. Oh, she went and did her selfies again. Oh, we also rode Figment that night, too.
Yeah.
We did on Extra Magic Hours. But we then saw the Pixar short films.
I love the Pixar short films.
I love Pixar. That's so fun.
I don't think they well, I'm sure they rotate them every few weeks or so, but probably not from day to day, I don't think, or
probably
show
not.
to show. I just like watch those all day long.
Yeah.
Which we did do on the ship that one day for
that was so much fun.
On the Funnelvision.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the Pixar films. It's, a nice way to go in, get cooled off. It was maybe 20, 25 minutes or so, maybe not quite that long.
Oh, yeah. It was
just nice to go in, get cooled off.
Right.
And, it was really darling.
It was.
We liked it a lot.
Those were really good films.
Yeah, it was very good. So I think then I went and sat back at the land and because I was hungry, so I got a croissant or something. And then she went to do the rest of her selfies in the daylight.
Yes.
And so she had to do that.
We did. We had to do Mexico, Norway, and China.
Mm-hmm. Because we hadn't done those.
No.
So she got all her selfies in of all the countries. And so her selfies are so cute.
She can take a selfie in half a second.
She can. She whips her phone out, gets it going, boom.
She frames, smiles, clicks, and is on her way.
They're so cute. That's why I thought that's what the scrapbook's going to be this time, is just her selfies. Because it's different. It's her take on it. And I think that'll make a nice album memories.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, and then let's see what else. So we've covered the studios. We've covered Epcot.
We did.
We covered Animal Kingdom. Did we cover the Magic Kingdom? Everything? Oh, I know the one thing I want to cover in the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that I really, really, really dislike in the Magic Kingdom is the Incredibles dance party from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. every single day.
You can hear that in the Carousel of Progress.
Oh my gosh, yes. You can hear it everywhere. It's so loud. And I don't know about you. I don't want to hear dance party music when I'm at the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. I want to hear the Tomorrowland music.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I don't know. I just find Mr. Incredible's head creepy. They creep me out. I can't even look at them. So we're on the People Mover. I have to look away. It just bothers me that the way they have them smiling and the smile never changes because it's a big head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, this is a little creepy for me. But
I will say,
it's loud.
It is loud. Loud and thumping. The dance beat.
Yeah, too loud. Can't handle it.
No. But this trip, there's a nice not long, but a line for the People Mover.
Oh my goodness, yes. We had never seen that before.
Now, it had constantly kept moving.
Yeah,
so it wasn't
quick.
Terrible, but I was usually just get right on that Goodyear ramp.
Yep, and there you go.
We had to zigzag back and forth a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
It only took, 3-4 minutes.
And there were some people that bailed. I think when they looked at it, it looked like the line for the People Mover and the line for the Astro Orbiters merged. It looked like one line. And so people are like, well, I'm not waiting in that line. Well, it's actually two separate lines.
Yeah.
I don't think people realized that. So they bailed and didn't stay to enjoy. But that's always something that we enjoy. Mackenzie, we rode that multiple times as well because she just loves it.
She does.
But in the past, there's been no line. And so when you pull up to disembark, you can usually say to the cast member, hey, can we go again?
Right.
And they're like, sure, go ahead.
Or you do that finger swirl thing with your hand, and they go, sure, stay in.
Go ahead. But this time, there wasn't any of that because there were people waiting. You had to get out. So, and then we didn't even realize we were back. We're looking at something.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy's like, excuse me, it's time to get out. And we're like,
step out to your left, please.
And we're almost to the end at this point in time. We're like, whoops, sorry. And it caused the whole thing to be shut down because we're not paying attention. So, but anyway, so it was good. We had a great trip.
One thing I want to mention.
Yes.
When you had your pretzel, I had my first Disney snack also. I had the churro.
Oh, yes, you had your churro.
Because you ran into another band parent, I believe, at the time, so I couldn't really even tell you about that. So
band parents just, they know each other. They're attracted to each other. So I struck up a conversation with a lady from Arkansas and her son who were traveling. They had traveled with the band the year before and had loved it so much that they made this their vacation this year. And her son was, I think he was 19. He had graduated and he was in school. And so she didn't want to ride Space Mountain. So she was sitting at one of those nice little tables with the umbrellas, and so she and I struck up a little conversation, had a very nice chat.
And I just sat there and ate my churro.
You ate your churro.
Which was fantastic. It was kind of crunchy on the outside, kind of soft and warm on the inside. Ooh. That chewy cinnamon sugar flavor, so I would recommend the churro.
Very good.
Everybody was like, you had to have a churro. I didn't think I was going to get a churro, but they had it where I got your pretzel.
There you go. So you got your churro.
I got the churro.
Awesome.
And it came with chocolate sauce, but I didn't get that. I just left it there. I was like, chocolate sauce, 80-degree heat, 90-degree heat.
Yeah.
Warm churro.
Yeah.
White shirt, probably. Nothing good could have come from that.
No, that's for sure.
What was your thought? Because this is the first time we had done Be Our Guest for lunch.
Yes, it was interesting. I thought, and how we ordered, and kind of another one of those freaky things on how they just know where you're sitting. You go up and you order your lunch. You can pre-order online.
I would never do that.
I don't think so either, because you don't know what you're going to want until you get there,
right?
In my opinion.
Exactly.
But, so we did not pre-order, but you can. If you know exactly what you want, maybe you get the same thing every time you go,
If it's your favorite.
Mm-hmm. But they, you wait in line, and they send you to a kiosk, and the kiosk has, do you want an appetizer? What do you want for your soup, main course, whatever you want? And so you just touch whatever you want, and you pay right there, and then you can go sit anywhere you want.
You pick.
It was really nice. If you've ordered a drink, you just get up and help yourself and get your own silverware, get everything that you needed. I just got the French onion soup.
Yes.
And I believe you and Mackenzie also got French onion soup, but you also got the Monte Cristo.
I got I forget what they called it. It was basically a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
And split. I don't know if you ate too much of it. But
I ate a couple bites.
But it was pretty good.
It was delicious.
So
was the gray stuff.
Oh, that's right. You had what was it called?
The Master's Cupcake.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't the gray stuff cupcake, but
no,
that's what it should be called.
Featuring the gray stuff.
Featuring the gray stuff.
Mm-hmm. So it was very good. It was very moist and delicious. Mackenzie also had a dessert, but I can't remember which one she had. It was different than what I had, and she said it was very good. So it was just really, really nice. It was very different, but somehow they know where you are.
They know.
They find you.
They wheel it up on that cart with the transparent cover and serve you up.
It was very nice, and they're not in a hurry to rush you out, but they will come and remove your plates if you need your plates removed. And
there were empty tables in there, so it wasn't like it was jam packed when we were there.
Right, no. But we went early. Our ADR was for like 10:50 in the morning. Was the only time.
I thought it was 11:50. 10:50.
No, it was 10:50.
Oh, well, that might have been it.
Yeah,
I will say it was nice and dark. Wasn't as dark as at dinner. I didn't think. Might have been
a little bit lighter.
Might have been the room we were in. Mm-hmm. Good air conditioning, though.
Yes, gotta love it.
Good solid air conditioning.
Yes, gotta love it. So, but then Saturday, June 11th, they said, get out.
You got to go.
You don't got to go home. You just got to go. So, we slept in that day.
Yeah, we did.
Got up, and we had Mackenzie really, really, really wanted a Mickey waffle, and so we had made reservations for Ohana's like during that week.
Right.
And the time we could get was 11:50.
That's where I got the 11:50.
So we got up, got packed up, and went to Ohana's, and we had to wait a little bit. So
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And surprisingly, we sat at the same table we sat at for dinner the Friday before.
Isn't that crazy?
That was way crazy, but that was fine. It was
good.
Totally
fine.
And so, of course, they bring it out family style. So they bring out a great big skillet that has eggs and sausage and bacon, Mickey waffles, and the surprise.
The surprise of the trip.
Wasn't a Mickey. Well, we had Mickey waffles, but also had
the Stitch waffle.
That's right. Have you seen these before?
I have not. I have not seen them before.
Never seen them before. So
I was monogamous. I went with the Mickey waffle.
I had both. I had a Mickey waffle and a Stitch waffle.
Which one tasted better?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think you got to go Mickey every time.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
More nooks and crannies.
Mm-hmm. So, but it was they had the little Aloha parade, and the little kids, went around with the maracas, and the one little girl that was she following Stitch? I think she was following.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was adorable.
She was rocking it.
She was rocking it. She was so into it. It was fun to watch her. And there had been another family that was sitting near us before we were seated that had two special needs sons. And one was an older son, but probably had, maybe functioning around a 5-6-year-old. He looked like he was probably maybe 17, 18 years old or so. And then the other one was probably maybe 7 or 8. And Lilo had I'm not sure how it happened. We didn't see it.
Right.
But she had one boy in each hand and was leading them around in the parade. It was that's why I love Disney, because I teach kids that have special needs. So they have a super special place in my heart. And when I see people going out of their way to include them and make them feel special and make sure they're having a good time, it just really makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
And so the fact that, Lilo took that, made sure that those boys had a great time. And they were smiling ear to ear. They were having a great time.
Oh.
So it was very nice to see that. So then we decided we'll take our last monorail ride.
Yeah, it was good.
It didn't quite turn out how
we had a minor fail partway through it.
That's okay.
It didn't affect us, thank goodness.
No, it didn't affect us at all. We did the resort loop, then we were going to get off at the Ticket and Transportation Center and do the Epcot loop. But as we were pulling up to the Ticket and Transportation Center, the very nice lady came on and said that the Epcot line had gone down for maintenance.
Right.
And if you were going to Epcot, to get off and get on a bus.
Which isn't as magical.
No, we decided to stay on. Mackenzie said, hey, can we just do the resort loop one more time before we go? So that's what we did.
Yep.
So, and then we were off.
Yep. But we weren't off home yet.
No, we didn't.
Let's tell them about, we did an old school Florida attraction.
We did. We decided, because we had done this years ago when Stephen was 4, we went to Silver Springs.
Yes, up in Ocala.
Yes. It was such a magical time when we went with Stephen. The park was absolutely beautiful, and the glass bottom boats are just amazing when they have, these artesian springs.
Right.
And Mackenzie had never experienced that, and I really wanted her to experience this amazing crystal clear water. And so we decided to do that.
Yep.
And so we got up Sunday morning and decided to take the glass bottom boat ride, which Silver Springs is no longer privately owned.
Right.
It is a state park now. The water had a lot of algae in it, which was not present 14 years ago.
Right.
And I didn't know this from our monotone boat captain, but I had read it's because so many nitrates are being used in the fields and farm fields around Silver Springs that it's getting into the water.
Yeah, we've heard that up in Lake Erie also.
Yeah, the nitrates are there, and so it just, algae just grows like crazy. We saw a couple algae eaters there, so I don't know if they were put into the springs to try to help with that, but there was so much, I don't think they're ever going to clean that up. But so it's kind of is sad to see like what man is doing to these beautiful natural places. But still, even with that, she didn't have anything to compare it to the way we did. Right. She loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she was amazed. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think it was hot, so I think she was glad we didn't do the 90-minute tour because we let her pick which one she wanted to do.
Yeah, they have 2 tours, a 30-minute and a 90-minute.
But the 90-minute's only on the weekends.
Okay.
So 30-minute, if you go during the week, you only get the 30-minute one, which
is enough, I think.
Which is in our case with Captain Monotone.
Captain Blah. Not Bly. Captain
I'll tell
Blah.
you, the only time he got excited was when he was begging for tips.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, I had my 22-minute fill with him because it was not 30 minutes. But that's okay. I was like, after hearing all his credentials and his monotone, and he didn't really, he's like, here's this spring, we call this one Mammoth Springs because it's 5 feet across, wide, high, whatever. There wasn't a lot of history of the springs, like who owned it initially, who discovered it, who, like we had the last time.
Why is the water clear?
Yeah, and he never answered that question, which is a really, really good question. Why is the water so clear? Well, but I don't know, he was just
yeah.
So
it looks like they do a lot of neat things there now, because when our boat was coming back in, there was like a group of paddle boarders,
yes,
a group of kayakers. So there was some really cool things going on in there. Right?
Yeah, you can do that now, which I don't know that you could do before. You used to be able to swim there, but you had to purchase their sunscreen so that it was safe for the water. But you can no longer swim there at all. We got to see some turtles, so that was kind of cool to watch them. But then we headed home after that.
Right. I seem to remember, I might be wrong. Do you remember like there was a lot more colorful flowers just all around?
There were. It was like a botanical garden as well back then.
Yeah, and this was just kind of like, well, here's the dock, here's the boat.
Right. And there, I'm sure if we had walked back further, maybe we would have seen some things. They used to have some kiddie rides there, because I remember Steven, riding a little merry-go-round, and they had some animals there because we have pictures of him feeding a giraffe one of the crackers and stuff. It was kind of sad to see the state that it's in right now, but I'm glad Mackenzie got to see it because she really loved it.
I would say
experience it.
If you're in Ocala or by it, it's definitely worth your, it was $11 a person.
Yes. So
for the tour.
It is, because it's, I mean, if you get a really good captain like we've had in the past,
right.
The guys that were working on the dock were more animated than this guy. But I was kind of over him after the first 5 minutes. I'm like, be a little bit excited.
Right.
This is a state park. You're representing, your state of Florida. You told us how you're certified by the Florida Coast Guard. Be a little bit excited. Be a little animated. Give us some history.
It was a good boat tour. I can't even be that monotone.
The only time he got excited was, hey, we accept tips. Throw them on the glass.
Throw them on the glass. It's the biggest tip jar in Florida.
Yeah. That's the only time he got excited.
I didn't hear any chinging.
And you know what? We are really, really good tippers.
We are.
Because I truly believe
the mousekeeper did well that trip.
Oh, yeah. I really believe that those that are in the service industry deserve to be recognized by people that they serve. And so I really do believe that they should be tipped.
Oh, yeah.
We left. We did not tip.
No.
I just didn't think he was worth it. Had he done an amazing job giving us a ton of information, absolutely.
And we weren't the only ones. There was nothing.
I think there was maybe $2 that were thrown.
Oh, was there $2?
Yeah, there was $2 out of a boat of 27 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 26 people, I think. He counted wrong the first time.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
He was a highly trained Florida Coast Guard official.
Yeah, I can't count to 26. Got a little trouble there. And then he said, oh, I missed one. I'm like, no, you didn't. You overcounted one. Oh, my goodness. Let me off this boat.
Fortunately, he wasn't counting for life jackets also, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. So anyway.
Have we touched on everything, I think?
We touched on everything.
Have we rambled on too long? People will let us know.
Probably. Say, okay, after 20 minutes shutting you off there.
As for our next trip, I don't know. I know our daughter's going to be taking some kind of trip next year with the...
Well, instead of Florida, they applied to get into the Macy's Thanksgiving Day.
Instead? I didn't know that.
They did. They got rejected.
Oh.
So the Florida trip's still on the books.
It's still on.
It's still on consideration.
So
yeah, they were sad. That was announced at the booster meeting Monday.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But if something happens and we're there, we'll let everybody know. Everybody can turn out and just cheer for our daughter while the whole band goes down.
That's right. Goes down Main Street. I would love that. I mean, Macy's would be great too. Either way, I don't care.
Either one's a classic.
They're going to apply again, but we'll see. They've applied several times and we haven't gotten in. But I think we have a pretty good band. I don't know if they don't want us.
Awesome.
I think we're too small.
You think?
I think so.
Oh.
Some of those bands going down Macy's in the parade, they're huge.
That's true.
So.
Oh, I was thinking of the balloons. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me all over social media. You can find Bob Collar all over social media. I will follow up by saying, if you're going to book a trip, book it through our friend Tyler at peoplemovertravel.com. Everybody, this has been the Gateway to the Magic. And if Bob was here, which he's not, he would say,
see you, everybody.
With 4 theme parks, 25 resort hotels, hundreds of dining and shopping locations, and seemingly innumerable special events and ticket options, planning a trip to Walt Disney World can seem overwhelming. That's why the ResortLoop.com podcast has teamed up with People Mover Travel to help you get the most magic out of your Disney vacation. People Mover Travel will walk you through every aspect of your next Disney trip, from ensuring you get the best discounts to FastPass Plus and dining reservations and so many other things. Best of all, there is no fee for their service. That's right, you get your very own expert Disney vacation planner at no cost to you. For more information and to request a free, no-obligation quote, visit peoplemovertravel.com.